This is always an interesting one to talk about, bullet-resistant glass and glazing. I know many who are better at speaking about this than I am, but I wanted to showcase a new update regarding the tried and tested and true UL 752 designation. Now entering its 12th edition, there are some meaningful changes to the nomenclature and its relation to different levels of weapons. But first, history. I guess a recent history on the 11th edition. This one is pretty straightforward. You have 1 through 10, levels 1 through 10, really levels 1 through 8, on intensifying levels of weapons. So think of it like this. Level 1 to 3 is handguns, 9mm up to a 44 Magnum. Level 4 to 8 is rifles, or higher energy threats. That includes 30 calibers, 5.56, things like 7.62. A lot of those are used in government buildings, embassies, military facilities. And level 9 and 10, which is 30-06 and 50 cal. So each level specifies ammunition type, bullet weight and velocity, and number of impacts, typically a 1 to 5 shot group. As you can imagine, as the projectile weight and speed increases, so too does the need for thicker glass compositions. One of the reasons to move to the 12th edition was to remove the assumption of a ladder. For example, if you pass level 10 in the 11th edition, with 10 being the highest number, then anything under would be approved. So that was the logic, and frankly makes sense. Numbers are associated with hierarchy and bigger equals better. But that wasn't the case. One shot of a 50 cal will interact differently than 5 shots of a 7.62. That's in battling an already compromised system. So the 12th edition brought mainly naming convention changes and how we rate these things. So now we have the same test methodology, same test facilities, same weapon systems, in a slightly different arrangement. HG for handgun, RF for rifle, SG for shotgun. And under that, we have different levels classified as A, B, C, and so on. For example, HGC is equivalent to the old level 3. You can see how this classification system is really attempting to tie skew, I guess you could say, to the weapon type. One important thing to remember is that because you pass the top tier of HGC, it does not automatically approve you for A and B. Again, we're trying to get away from that hierarchy or hierarchical system. But let's face it, it's hard to get away from that nuance of, well, just give me the best thing for handgun, for example. How do you know what an active shooter is actually using? One of the ways I like to look at it, and again, this is my personal opinion, take it as a perspective, and let me know if I'm wrong, I suppose, in the comments. What is the total system energy able to absorb? So that's at full muzzle velocity. Well, you get something like this. I hazard to say this is exactly what UL is trying to get away from, but you kind of get the idea. In the realm of rifles, the max energy is actually the H level, or level 8. You would think level 10 would be the maximum energy, but it's not in terms of kinetic energy output. Handgun is C, and shotgun is actually the buckshot. Again, this is more of an opinion piece. There are too many variables such as projectile design, proximity, angle, group size, group number. If you agree or disagree with the video, mostly my opinion of course, then flame me in the comments. Otherwise, I hope it helps.